Hello, I'm meteorologist Dave Noble with the National Weather Service office in Missoula, Montana. I hope everyone had a great holiday week so far. We're expecting a parade of systems. We're looking at tomorrow, Friday night, Saturday into Sunday, Sunday into Monday, and then we have high pressure building with colder temperatures by New Year's Eve, and then there's a chance for some snow New Year's Day into Thursday. This is looking at the matrix. This trying to show like the threat level of how impactful these systems will be. Generally kind of like a low to moderate, and what we mean by that is that you may have slower travel if you're moving through a certain region, but for the most part you'll be moving. It doesn't look like to be any major high impact sort of events like widespread heavy snow or anything, but there's definitely a chance for mixed precip in the valleys over the weekend, snow in the higher elevations. This is looking at the satellite from today. You can see a long fetch of moisture over the Pacific. We've had these persistent plumes of moisture impacting the west coast. So looking at the timing of the first system, we're looking at Friday morning across north central Idaho. Generally trace to 2 inches of snowfall is possible in those areas. Even salmon could get a trace or a dusting of snow. Hopefully to help you guys with timing of the precipitation. So this is this afternoon. Go forward through tonight. There's a little bit of a lull, but could be persistent snow showers in the mountains. The next system starts to develop before daybreak in Grangeville and Idaho County, Clearwater County, and also Lemhi County. There could be a minor accumulations of 1 to 2 inches in some of the higher elevations. Probably be kind of mixed precipitation in the lower elevations of Idaho. During the day Friday, there's a chance for some mixed precipitation or even some light snow in the valleys of western Montana, but not expecting much accumulation. And then Friday night, another surge of moisture moves in, and the passes will really start get going later Friday night into Saturday morning. As far as the snow forecast, this kind of gives you a general idea. This is sorted by areas north to south, so West Glacier in the northwestern Montana down to Williams Creek Summit, which is southwest of Salmon. Gives you that general picture of when it's going to snow. If you were planning on traveling in some of these passes, this is kind of what you can expect. And this is looking at snow levels. We're looking at a general rise into Saturday and Sunday, and we have snow levels crashing Monday into Tuesday. And then you can see Wednesday into Thursday, so New Year's Day into Thursday, snow levels will kind of gradually rise. It's not a sudden rise, but that's actually a good pattern for potential for overrunning snowfall. One of the biggest events is going to be the Sunday into Monday system. That's because we're having above average moisture in the atmosphere. We've got good forcing, so we'll see continuing snow in the mountains. But there's also going to be a surface low that's going to be tracking somewhere from the Grangeville area south and eastward. And I looked at the newer models this morning, the ensembles, and this is kind of like they clustered the low in that sort of track. That is actually a pattern where to the north, the valleys could actually get a little bit more snowfall, and I kind of circled that region. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a few slides. I'm going to try to give you maybe different scenarios for what could occur. High probability of decent amount of snowfall in the mountains. We've got pretty high probabilities for greater than 6 inches, and this is 48 hours from Sunday into Monday. And there's even a 50% chance for greater than 10 inches at Lookout Pass. Not so much at Lolo Pass and not so much at Mirage Pass. Bear with me here. We're trying to explain how the model solutions are clustering around a 2 to 4 inch scenario for like the Marion area. So this is that area where I'd circled with the blue. This is that Sunday to Monday system, and this is the 24-hour snowfall totals. But this is looking at multiple models, and when you look at the histogram, you can see where a lot of the values, a lot of the different model runs are forecasting more in that kind of 2 to 4 inch range. Close to 60% of the models are kind of clustering around that 2 to 4 inches. In statistics, you also have to look at there is a low probability that there could be lower amounts of snowfall, and so you can see that 0 to 1. And then the other side, the outliers, are there could be actually a little bit more snowfall than what's predicted, depending on what happens with the bigger picture. This is looking at like Kalispell. So this is looking at the histogram for that for the snowfall for Sunday, Monday. You can see two different sort of clustering in the histogram there. One scenario with more snowfall would be if that surface low was a little bit closer, stronger, maybe there was more colder air coming out of Canada, which could enhance the snowfall rates. That would be one scenario. The other scenario that some of the models are keying on is a weaker northwest flow, trough passage, so lower snow amounts and weaker forcing. So hopefully that makes sense. The bottom line is, going back to this previous slide, just trying to explain that these areas north of this low track could be cold enough, and there could be enough forcing for a little bit more snowfall than what these probabilities would suggest. This is just looking at highs and lows, and you can see down here in the lower right that lows by Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning could be down in the single digits, especially in the high valleys, southwest Montana, southern Clearwater County. Could even be below zero in places like Dixie and Wisdom. This is looking at wind gusts. This is important for some of our road partners. Just, if there's wind, there could be transportable snow. There's that possibility, especially Saturday night into Sunday, and also Sunday night at McDonald Pass. And this is just looking at the probabilities of the low temperatures next week. And there's pretty decent high probability for single digits in those areas that I mentioned, Salmon, Lemhi County, and southwest Montana. And of course, we've been using this image. This is basically saying, hey, there's could be black ice, especially at night when we have mixed precipitation or rainfall. Some of the ground temps are still cold, like especially western Montana. So just watch out for those black ice areas, especially the curves. So take it slow, and I hope you have a safe rest of your holiday week. And our next briefing is going to be this Sunday, December 29th.